Hi, welcome back to another episode of the Drive Marketing. And this evening, Corey and I have the pleasure to sit and visit with one of our good buddies, Nate Coltram. And Nate, how are you, man?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Oh, we're doing just
we're
fine.
doing great.
Word on the street is you're already in the land of milk and honey. They say that Oklahoma.
We've had a couple days of weather, a couple days of wind, but we've weathered through it just fine.
Absolutely. Well, a heck of a good deal. This evening we're going to sit and visit about the upcoming Red Dirt and Purple Banner sale hosted by yourself, Kolt Cattle. They're at Bruce Brooks' sale facility in Marietta, Oklahoma. What tell us just a little bit about that, kind of what's going on right there.
Well, we were trying to figure it out today, and we actually used to have a sale with Corey Thompson when Corey was at Bushy Park Farms back in Christmas 2011, 10 years ago, Corey.
Yeah, how about that? Time flies when we're having fun.
But the first Red Dirt sale was strictly Shorthorns. Corey sold multiple breeds with the Bushy Park cattle, and we just kind of piggybacked with him there for a couple years. We had a steer sale one year during the week, which turned out to be a tremendous success. We sold cattle from Phoenix to, gosh, they went all the way to like West Virginia, if I remember right. And we got them all trucked out and got them on planes and headed the right direction. But, the Red Dirt deal for me, I've been very fortunate because Bruce and Kathy, let us do that down here. And every year you wonder if they're going to let you do it again, because it is an intrusion, I'm sure. But they have a beautiful place, first class. I mean, a tremendous sale facility. You can bring the cattle in if it was raining, and obviously now there's even a little green grass down here in southern Oklahoma, which we don't have at home right now, and it just provides a tremendous venue for us, and we've been very fortunate to be able to do it.
Yeah. Hey, Nate, give us a little history. I know the story, but tell the viewers a little history behind Kolt Cattle and what you came from, what you got going and where you're headed.
Well, there's a lot of people involved with Kolt Cattle. It's always kind of been a deal of my own, but the people involved, over the years, and I can't even begin to name them all or tell you what year it actually started. I know when I started 4-H, and that was a long time ago. And as far as Kolt Cattle goes, in 2007, we had our first bid off, which turned into 2008, having our first production sale. In 2006, I spent the fall at Sullivan's, and after their sale that fall, we sold a heifer named Colt Cialis, which kind of kicked it all off. That was the white double vision out of Evergreen Sable that we sold for a good chunk there in Louisville at Burl Shell's sale at the hotel at the Executive Inn, the old Executive. And that was really a big stepping stone, obviously, because of, not only financially kind of setting the tone for the year, but it turned into, this was kind of what people expected. And that heifer went on and won a lot of shows for Dylan Evans. And he had another heifer from us that actually ended up winning Louisville the next year. And, we just kind of built some momentum. In 2007, 2008, and 2009, we had champion and reserve at the Shorthorn Junior Nationals. And, as far as building a program, we were able to do that using some other people's genetics, some other people's cattle, like John Sullivan's and Bill Razor's and whatever, and building our program to what it became. In 2011, we had a joint partnership with the Robinettes, and Jeff and Darla let us bring in all the RFC cattle in partnership with the Hirschfelds there in Nebraska, and we had what we called the red dirt cattle. And then for several years, we came back down to Brooks's. We still had a production sale in Nebraska for our own stuff, but we always wanted to sell the best younger cattle, the best cattle for customers that we'd found over the year. We'd sell them down here in Oklahoma. 4 years ago, we brought back the red dirt theme, and I started selling cattle with Jeff Sargent out of Denison, Texas, out of his facility. And here in the last year, we were able to bring it back to Bruce and Kathy's, and here we are.
That's great.
Awesome. Yep, that's good stuff. Hey, so let's talk about something. It's fun for the three of us to sit and visit because we've been friends what seems like a lifetime, I guess. But let's talk about some customer service. There's some guys sitting here saying, wait a minute, this cat's from Nebraska and he's selling these cattle down south. Talk about that. I know you well enough to know that you're going to take care of them guys. Let's talk about that real quick.
Well, there's a lot of different angles for customer service, and I'll be real honest, and I'll be the first one to tell you, every place younger growing up to some degree had customer service, and that's really turned into priority one for a lot of different people. There's a lot of sales going on this weekend. There's a sale in Medill for bucks. There's a sale at Pembroke's. There's a sale at Conley's, and there's a sale in Van Alstyne, Texas, that all of those places, their main emphasis is to get cattle placed at a high level, and then after that, take care of their customers. And I've been fortunate enough throughout the years to be able to travel. I've been fortunate enough to work with a lot of good people, at each place and learn from it. Obviously, you take with you what you learn or what you see. For example, when I worked at Sullivan's, they taught me about feeding cattle, and obviously they're some of the best feeders in the country, up to the percentile. They would say, we'd like to see this heifer 10% fatter. We'd like to see her 30% leaner, 20% leaner. And they talked about it all the time. You go to a place like WHR Shorthorns, for example, and their emphasis turns to the junior exhibitors in the state of Texas. And they spend a lot of time and a lot of money, promoting their brand. But at the same time, they're out there helping the families. And it doesn't matter if it's a big show or a little show. People brought cattle back. And I worked there for 2 years off and on, and there was cattle nonstop being brought back to the barn. We were clipping them. We were, giving them recommendations. We were doing what we could to a certain extent. But Bill Razor taught me that if you take care of those people, the rest is easy. And it really is. You go to a place like Hartman's, and obviously they sell cattle at a high level. They always have. They always will. But they teach you that your ultimate goal is to succeed with those people. And a lot of people don't see that up front, but at the same time, 2 weeks ago or a week ago, we were all at OIE, and we were all helping people that had bought cattle from us, that we had a relationship with. Maybe necessarily didn't buy a calf this year, but needed help. Well, you go help them.
Absolutely.
The network we can put together as far as working together and trying to achieve the common goal of winning. Anytime you can help a person try to achieve that goal, that's really what it's all about. And at the end of the day, it's not about trying to get paid to help someone. It's not about trying to sell them a heifer. It's not about any of that. All really a guy in my position likes is to hear the words "thank you" and to be part of it.
Yep. Hey, that's great, Nate.
I like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I tell you what, I am just chomping at the bit. We got some great cattle, some highlights of the sale here to get through tonight, and we're going to start off here with this lot 16 heifer, red baldy Simmental female, sired by County O. What can you tell us about her?
That heifer is really, really, really unique. I think that heifer, you start at the ground, you can see she's big-footed. She's got a tremendous amount of bone work. You really like the sweep to her rib cage. She's got that extra amount of look about her. And with all that, she has a tremendous amount of balance. I think that's a really, really good female. I think she shows, but I think at the end of the day, donor female, take your program to the next level female. That's lot 16.
Yep. And
who doesn't like a good redhead?
Yeah, I've seen these cattle, Brett, and I'm telling you, to make them great donors, they got to be opened up and have some natural shape to them. And this one here, the squareness to her back and the power in her pin width, she's got that donor look about her for sure.
The unique thing about that heifer, and I'll be real honest, I begged Fox to get that female just because of her prowess and her overall just wow factor. That heifer had never been tied up previous to the Denver Stock Show. And she probably weighed about 1,200 pounds. And we tied her up. And she has one of the most unique, genuine, kind personalities that you've ever been around.
Jeez. She must have hung around Fox's wife. Because she is very genuine and very sweet herself. Yeah, that she is. Yeah, and to top it off, you're talking about a blaze-faced red one, and there's nothing probably more popular than a red semi-deal right now. So good stock. So, hey, what about this lot 5? Kolt 67, strawberry sugar. Is that what I'm seeing?
Marin, my daughter Marin actually named Sugar there.
Mm-hmm.
My 5-year-old. She's a barn favorite. She's a barn favorite. That heifer's out of a new bull from Express called Platinum, an Icon son. That heifer goes back to the old strawberry wine cow. I think there's some extra dimension there. I think that heifer has obviously an awesome look, an awesome build. She's a heifer that has a tremendous amount of bone. Just a lot of good about her. I think, that heifer will show she's a true July looking heifer. She's green. She's raw, but I think she's really, really good.
Yeah, she's one that at least the look I got at her, she's one the judge will need to see a chiropractor after. She'll snap his neck. Just a killer look. Got the high, tight neck set. She's got that dang sure stick out in the crowd look about her.
Hey, so tell me real quick. You said she was out of an EX bull they call Platinum. What's the scoop there, Nate?
Well, Platinum was bought by Nate Suttles Herefords, the same outfit that owns like TCC Diana and a lot of
Okay.
good donors. Um, he's a new bull, like I said, but obviously, as you can see, he puts a tremendous amount of look in them. And I think, without a doubt, some of the best hair you'll ever work with in the Hereford breed.
I gotcha.
Hey, we're going to pile into an Angus now, this lot 10. And you talk about some genuine high quality Angus genetics. Here's one, a Pendleton daughter that goes back to an insight that her grandmother is the original Greens Princess 1012, that pretty much is sure the backbone of Express Ranches, Angus show effort program.
You know, she's a heifer
Wow.
that has a tremendous amount of rib and depth. She's one that ties really high out of the top of her shoulders. But with all that, I think she's one that just has that extra look. You put her in a big ring, she's going to get a second look. She's good at the ground. I really like this heifer. Brian Fox recommended this heifer when we were studying them, and just thought there was a tremendous amount of value to her. Now, if you study her data, the Pendleton cattle have been extremely strong in the dollar. What am I looking for here, guys? You're gonna have to cut
Color
that.
B.
In the dollar value index. Her dollar grid puts her in the top 10% of the Angus breed for dollar grid value. And I think, that's just an extra added little deal, having that, and not every time you're going to have a heifer, you're going to get some bulls, and that's going to weigh into it in the long run.
Well,
I would agree. Anytime you're able to do that.
When I looked at her, I couldn't get out of my head. I mean, her grandmother, that Greens Princess 1012, Denver past Denver champion, sure an Angus female that's etched in my mind as one of the all-time greats for sure.
A lot of opportunity in lot 10, and she's green, ready to roll, ready for the summertime.
Wow. Hey, so let's move into this lot 26, a purebred main. It says a data bank female here. What's the scoop here on this good looking thing?
If you were ever going to draw a heifer and put it on a t-shirt, it would be this heifer right here. And I think, honestly, I mean, if you study her outline and just everything about her, she's so up-headed, she's so good-headed. She's a heifer that blends in, into her forerib from her shoulders back. I just think that one just keeps getting better every day. She's young. She's a July, but really, really good.
And she is backed
incredible
by,
looking female. Wow.
She's backed by a tremendous epic daughter that actually came from Gerald Buck down there in Medill, Oklahoma, that's got as big a good soft feet and legs on her as you'll find on a high percentage main female.
The first year I had a sale with Sarge down at his place, I actually hauled her mother home from
Gerald's. You did? Oh, wow. That's wild.
Yeah, so I hate to be this guy, but give me the female side. You said she's an epic on the bottom side?
Yep.
Is that right?
An epic that came from Gerald Buck. And
right?
Yeah, and I don't
just
know
incredible
what the
looking
side,
female. Wow,
epic,
I don't either. But
epic out of a jazz.
Epic jazz, yeah. Boy, she is good looking thing. So wow.
And
Purebred
then, hey,
main,
this next deal,
summerborn.
Yeah, that's a purebred summerborn. And then we're going to stay on the high main train, talk about this lot 24. And you talk about one that is bred from the glory days of the Bushy Park Farms. This one is backed by the $120,000, the highest selling one that we ever had at Bushy Park. The Eva donor, the one the Blind Badger Ranch bought there from Bushy Park. And this is out of the new hot sire right now in the country, All Me. Purebred female here too, right, Nate?
You know, we've had people here in the past week, 10 days, however long we've been here, but every person here, no matter if they're going to look at a Hereford, an Angus, a Limousine, a Key, is attracted to this heifer. And the incredible thing about her is, as you look at her here on the screen, that is what that heifer looks like. She's so good in so many areas. Her balance is good. She has a tremendous amount of bone, obviously. Her feet are awesome. But that heifer, just the way she ties from her head, neck, into her shoulder, back into her forearm, clear down into her flank. She's got a white flank, and some guys say, that one I think could be interesting to feed, and I really do think she will be. I think you can feed her 100 different ways. I think she's an easy feeder, an easy keeper. She's got enough muscle when you get behind her to satisfy a guy that likes them a little stouter, but at the same time, she's very feminine and very good.
Yeah, I'm with you guys on looking at this one. I mean, if looks could kill, she sure got it, and I don't know about you, that white flank's never really bothered me, Nate.
I think it'll look pretty cool. I'd really like to put a little glue in that one and see what she can do. I bet she races.
You're right. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Good stuff. And then here we are. We round out with one lot 18, a 3/4 Simmental, a Relentless. Is that what this is? Relentless out of a Steel Force?
Relentless Steel Force. Now, I have had the privilege to clip and work on a lot of really good Simmentals here in the last 18 months.
Right.
I think this female has a chance to be as competitive as you'll find. I like this heifer just in terms of her overall structure and skeleton. I read her as being about ideal in terms of her size, her shape, and just the way she carries herself. She has a tremendous amount of look. When you get off of her, you cannot find one any more cut out through her front 1/3, and that'll make her pretty special in a lot of rings.
She has some genuine presence to her. The way she carries herself around the pen, has that degree of arrogance that it takes to succeed in a ring for sure.
Right. Yeah, this has been a heck of a nice little set to visit about here tonight. Nate, how many different breeds are going to be offered here at the Red Dirt this year?
Well, we've got Keys, Angus, Herefords, Maines, Maintainers, Mangus. We've got some Limousines, obviously Simmentals, low percent Keys, low percent Simmentals. We've kind of tried to cover the bases, and at the same time, like we said before, there's other sales going on that have shorthorns and whatnot down the road and down at Razors. We've sold some shorthorns here. We had a heifer that we sold last year in the sale that won our division there at OYE that was a shorthorn. We just didn't have any this year. But I think, if you study the catalog, you can see that there is some Simmental Sim Solution heifers that qualify as Chianeas. You can see that there's, some Maine Angus. There's a lot of different avenues. And I'll tell you from history, and Corey, you can probably reiterate this a little bit. When we sold just Shorthorns, or when we've had just Hereford sales, when you come to a venue or an area, you want to give the people what they want. And not all the time, not every egg teacher or family wants to buy the same thing. They don't want Joey competing against Johnny showing 2 Shorthorns at the same time, or Maines or whatever. So we decided to diversify it a little bit, and hopefully we can get multiple cattle into the same area via different breeds.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, there's no doubt.
And in that set down there, Nate, within breeds, you've got donor cow prospects, you've got show heifer prospects. There's a wide gamut of things you can do with them cattle in each specific breeds.
We're very fortunate to be able to say that, we have show cattle that'll turn into donors, just good cattle in general.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah, without a doubt. Well, no, this has been good. I've enjoyed looking at these things. I'm going to enjoy getting to come through them as the weekend gets closer. And I almost feel bad, Corey. I live about an hour from where the cattle are at. You're in South Dakota, and you've already seen them. I have yet to make it, so that's on my agenda for the next 2 days. So I will be there, Nate. You know that. So,
I know you will.
But I am excited after looking through these things. And but hey, let's real quick. I know Texas is a big pond, and not all the time can somebody be there. This sale is a live auction. It is listed at cci.live, so you'll be able to participate if you can't make it. The sale catalog has got some guys listed. You can get a hold of Nate. I'll speak to Nate's his character. He will represent the cattle just like they are. Nate, when it's all over, what about getting some trucking done? What you got planned there?
We've got the best. We've got the best guys there are. Gary Ulrich actually brought us down here, and he is coming back to pick up cattle to head north. Nick Going, that guy's everywhere, and he does a great job. We've worked with him 100 times before. Bubba Harris can get your cattle south, north, east, west, and take them wherever you want. And obviously, the Lathrop boys, they can get you as far away as you want. I think the Lathrop boys actually took me and Corey's steer to Phoenix.
I
think you're right. They can get them to Alaska if you need to.
I've never heard him say any otherwise. He can do it. So, yeah, well, it's been a pleasure of mine to look through these here, Nate. I know Corey feels the same thing. Red Dirt and Purple Banners, live auction to be held at Bruce Brooks' sale facility in Marietta on March the 25th at 6 p.m. So if you've got any questions, reach out to Nate. Reach out. The catalog is posted at cci.live. Go through there, check out the videos. Got any questions, call those guys. But Nate, congratulations. A heck of a good set of cattle here.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Hope to see you.